What's happening, fam? My name is Harsh.
And I'm Shreyas.
What are we doing today, Shreyas?
Black Panther?
No.
Wakanda Forever?
No.
Dude, Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, except Chadwick Boseman. We're doing us. We're doing us.
Us. Okay, so Us is directed by Jordan Peele. It's the second feature movie by him.
Who's Jordan Peele, bro?
Oh, the guy who directed Get Out.
Jesus,
And
what
one
a
of
freaking
the funniest
movie.
comedians I know.
Yeah, so it's so funny that he's doing this sort of,
Yeah.
like he does this when it comes to directing movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this is something that I really enjoy myself, when a person, if he's in one genre and then he gets out and does something completely different. And he still kicks ass in it.
That's
so
insane.
I think when Get Out came out, nobody expected him to
be
you
that
know,
good.
yeah, nobody expected the movie to be that good.
Right.
And yeah, it got everyone's. It won an Academy Award.
Yeah, man. The cast was stellar. The script was stellar.
Yeah, the acting was on point.
And his cinematography, man, and it continues on to this movie as well, right?
Yep.
So what do we know about the movie before we watched it?
All right. So firstly, before anything else, before we dive into the movie, I want to talk about my love for horror.
Yeah, go for it.
I am a huge horror buff. I love the genre. Yeah, I love the genre. I love all movies. This genre deserves much better than it's already getting right
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah.
I think they need to be more directors who take risks with the movies.
Correct.
And yeah, overall the genre, you get a lot of B-grade horror stuff,
And
a lot of jump scares, and a lot
the
of
typical
movies.
stuff. Yeah,
And I am so glad Jordan Peele does not do that.
absolutely.
He knows how to get under your skin. He knows how to creep you out.
Yep.
While doing it perfectly.
Yeah, man. He's got a unique take, and he's figured that shit out for himself, and he's just running with it, right?
Yes.
I'm a horror movie buff too. Scares the shit out of me. I'm not the best horror movie partner.
That's true. I can vouch for that.
But we caught this movie on a whim last minute. I had no idea what was going on. He tells me that, oh, it's Jordan Peele, the same guy did Get Out. I'm like, I'm in booked the fucking
I
tickets.
was looking forward to this movie for I think a couple of months now. I saw the first trailer and I had that song. I got five on you. And then they twisted it around with a creepy version
And
made
the
it distorted.
background, yeah, plays for the whole fucking movie.
Oof, it gives me goosebumps. On my way to the video right now, I heard it on loop. I can't get it out of my mind right now. So yeah.
I hadn't even seen the trailer. I just went like pretty much blind.
Knowing nothing, right?
Knowing nothing. And yeah, man, I think overall the movie, I think he's continued what he's doing, he did well with Get Out.
What he started with, right?
You're always on fucking edge. If you think you're 2 steps ahead, he will pull you back 20 steps behind. And okay, the first half, nice and smooth, slow, setting up, typical stuff going on. And then the second half seems a little stretched for me personally. But there's so much of back and forth, and you think, oh, this is the final penultimate scene, and it's not.
It's not.
And then it switches, and then it switches back, and you're just left guessing. At the end of it, you're like, what did I just see? Like, we need to see this movie again.
This is one movie, exactly. I was just coming to that. This is one movie you should see again because once the movie gets over, you have a certain lens that's removed.
Oh my god!
And then when you see it the second time,
it's
your
just a different perspective.
exactly, it's going to be completely different.
Right.
So I think I'm definitely going to check this out again, just because of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's get into the synopsis.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So it basically starts out Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
So they show her as a kid. And basically she has this sort of childhood trauma,
right?
And then suddenly we fast forward and she has her own family, she has her own kids, and she sort of revisits the same place where the trauma happened, and that's where basically shit hits the fan.
Gets going and how?
And it's that typical family thing, the 2 kids, the typical dad and Baku.
With the dad jokes.
He did a really
one more
good
thing,
job.
shout out to Winston Duke as well. I personally just know him from Mbaku, from Black Panthers and Mbaku.
Yeah.
But here, he was a completely different guy. He
Yeah,
was the guy with the typical dad jokes, hilarious. He was the one infusing comedy here and there. So it was really nice to see him switch up his character completely and pull it off really well.
Absolutely. Yeah, but what about Lupita Nyong'o, man? From 12 Years a Slave to Black Panther, and now she's doing this. Like she runs, like I think she led this movie from beginning to end.
Yeah, A to Z.
It was just
It was her
insane.
movie,
Yeah, it was her movie.
So as you guys know from the trailer, everybody in the movie is playing a dual role.
Yep.
The entire family has doppelgängers, evil doppelgängers.
Correct, yeah.
And everyone's done such a banged up job. The kids, especially, I want to give them a shout out because generally with kid actors, things can either go, it's
either way.
Yeah, either way. It'll either be really good or it'll be really bad.
They're just there for the sake of it.
But the way they play their evil selves, it got under my skin. I was like, oh, wow. Shout out to them.
Yeah, man. Major shout out to the primary characters, the supporting cast. I mean, everyone has done no complaints. No freaking complaints. They just keep you hooked, start to finish. And to consider that the actors had to play not only themselves but their evil sort of twins as well.
And they have different mannerisms when they're completely different mannerisms.
That's
evil.
so freaky, and it sort of takes time to realize what's going on.
Right.
So you have no idea. It's dark, weird shit's happening, and then you're like, oh crap, it's actually them.
And the movie always keeps you at the edge of your seat. You will always be guessing what's happening.
Yeah.
There's always something or the other going on. There's never a dull moment in the movie.
Right.
Which is why I personally loved it. I love the movie. The second half, like you said, might be a little lengthy.
Stretched,
I think we have different opinions.
But I think we can sort of get into a little bit of the details.
Right.
So, Dobby, should we do our spoiler warning? Spoiler warning coming up now.
If you've seen the movie, stick around. If you've not seen the movie, come back after you've seen the movie. This is the major spoiler warning. There are some things that we're going to ruin right now. So please. Let's get into it.
Okay, so basically what happens is Lupita Nyong'o's character, basically she gets lost in this hall of mirrors. And obviously she's seeing reflections of herself.
And this is when she's a kid.
When she's a kid.
This is a traumatic experience that she's had.
Right. And instead of seeing her reflection, she actually makes a contact with her
doppelganger.
And that's all we know. We just know that it's not a reflection, and then we straight cut to the future, where she's got her own family, and then they go for this family vacation, and
the entire sewers, and there's like an underground tunnel.
Correct. Yeah.
It's full of these guys.
Yeah.
I think they've been experimented on by the government.
Correct.
Right.
And then it went wrong. They just
just left them there.
Yeah. So these guys are basically coming up with a plan to come out into the real world. Because there's a very nice line that she says that we're humans too, they're humans too, but the soul is only one. Yeah. So they're sort of missing that soul, and they want to have.
That's why they're all just so creepy.
Oh my god! It's not even a zombie vibe. It's not a doppelganger vibe. It's like all of that, and yet none of that.
It's literally a person missing a soul. It's that vibe. It's spot on when it comes to that.
Exactly. So Jordan Peele, fucking shout out, bro! Like
absolutely.
What a fucking.
I love his movies, and I think now it's becoming an event for me. Jordan Peele movie coming up. It's becoming an event for me now.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, we didn't talk about the freaking face-ups with the open eyes and the crying.
Yeah. So I think this is from Get Out as well.
From Get Out as well.
He did this. So he has this particular take where he's focused onto the face.
Yeah.
And the guy, the person in the frame.
Yeah.
Eyes open and tears rolling down, and it's such a
iconic. It's becoming an iconic thing that he's doing.
And it's so effective. Oof. It just gets under your nerves. You're like, oh my god, what is this person going through?
Right. So getting on with the movie, first we realize that only the family has doppelgangers or evil twins, and then we find out that everyone's got it, and how Lupita Nyong'o she gets like these weird vibes. She gets like these reincarnations of similar situations during her childhood. So she's like, dude, I think something's wrong. And that's when Winston Duke is like playing his dad stuff, and he's like, I'm huge, I can take them on, I can do this, I can do that. You want my ATM card? You want some money?
He's hilarious. In every scene that he's in, he's hilarious.
He's killing it.
And here the humor doesn't compromise the horror element.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's interwoven
very
so
well.
It's interwoven really, really well.
Correct. And so we think it's a family issue, then it becomes like a city issue, and then it almost becomes like a dead city.
This is another thing that I really liked. So, in a situation like this where a family is involved and there's shit happening to them, they're always thinking, why us? Why is this happening to us?
Correct.
And then when they zoom out and it shows that it's happening everywhere. It's like a post-apocalyptic event almost.
Exactly.
So that perspective change is really nice. Beautiful, and it's done really well in the movie.
Absolutely. So things just keep on getting worse and keep on getting worse, from family to family, friends to the entire city. So you think you're reaching the penultimate part of the movie, and you think, okay, they've finally got it, they've all survived, they've all done a good job. But when we finally make it down to the goddamn subway tunnel or the sewer tunnel, and oh my god, that's
the big switch up.
Oh my god, that's crazy. I mean, Jordan Peele.
Yeah, absolutely. So the big switch up is that Lupita, when she was young, the doppelganger that she had met actually chokes the real one when she was a kid and takes her place in the real world. So all this time, the character that we've learned to
love and support and fighting for her
is actually the doppelganger throughout the movie.
So
and it's such a good switch up. Because then you're left, you don't know how to feel because you like the character, but then you realize
whose side are we on? Like, what happened?
The real person is actually the evil one here. But what she's doing is she's trying to take her whatever she was rightfully hers.
Correct.
That's what she's trying to get back. Right.
So yeah, and actually like joining the dots backwards, you actually can see that Lupita Nyong'o, the evil one, she's the only one who can barely speak.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like, they're more zombified.
Yeah. That's because the evil one crushes her throat and she has like a crushed. Yeah.
So
big switch up, but I think there was a time when I thought this might happen in the movie initially when she meets as a kid meets the doppelganger.
Right.
But then you just see her again in the future, and you're like, no, she's absolutely normal. Yep. So this is definitely not like maybe I'm overthinking.
Correct.
And the movie does a really good job to take you away from that, that thought that it's happening.
Totally.
But by the end of it, the reveal when it happens, you're like, oh my god, it's literally like I saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming.
Yeah. So and exactly like you said, because I mean, you think that, okay, so you've seen it once, you know the big reveal, you know the big switch. You can still see it a second time with that perspective, and it'll be a whole new experience.
Exactly. So this is what I was talking about, a lens. So the lens that, this entire perspective change here is that she's not the good,
not the one with the soul.
Yeah, exactly. She's the evil doppelganger
right from the start.
Since the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So when you see it from that perspective, I'm sure a lot of things are bound to change.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah.
See it again from her perspective like that.
Correct. And I have a big question about what happens right in the end, because the kids are really smart, and they've got that brother sister thing going on, and the kids like he's doing his own thing, and he's like wearing a mask throughout the entire movie, and he always like puts it down as protection, and then when the movie's finally over, they're pretty much riding off into the sunset, and then the big reveal is like made aware to the audience, and then she's living it in her head, and she's like, what just happened? And she looks at her kid who's in the passenger seat,
and he kind of sees through it. He sees that my mom is fucking twisted. She's still my mom. She's still the person that I've been born to. But there's something very weird about her. And that is just one last scene. And it says so much.
Absolutely. And he just puts his mask down.
Back on.
The movie's over. What the fuck happens after that? Does he accept it? Does he act on it? Is he exhausted from it? Is he happy that he's with his family?
And it's really nice that Jordan Peele gives us a movie that that'll keep us talking about stuff like this, because I love to discuss a horror movie, and when it ends a little ambiguously, and it keeps you thinking what's happening and what happened next. I really like that.
Totally, man. Yeah, no jump scares. Super creepy background score going out throughout, which is
the entire horror is earned. It's not just jump scares.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, let's just get down to rating it, man.
Go for it.
Okay, so I mean, considering I'm still biased and I had expectations from Get Out and I like Get Out better, this is 100% fucking watch. I guess I'll watch it a second time just to get that difference in perspective. So yeah, I think it's more than worth a watch for me. I think it's just below blockbuster, more worth a watch. I don't know how we call that, but please fucking watch this.
Like I already said, I'm a huge horror movie fan, and for me, I can't recall a better horror movie in past year or so.
I agree, 100%,
than this movie,
100%.
And I'm really looking forward to more of Jordan Peele's stuff.
Yes.
So for me, this is definitely a blockbuster.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I mean, minus the fact that it was okay. So if I was sort of reading the same story in terms of a book, I probably it'd have more effect on me, but that you'd miss out on the background score, you'd miss out on his cinematography.
The effects that make it creepy.
Absolutely.
Get under your skin.
Right, so that's only gonna like keep me hooked till I watch it a second time. But major props to freaking Jordan Peele, the
and
cast,
I think
and everyone else.
On your perspective, I think Get Out is a better movie because it has a lot of comedy, it has a lot of social commentary.
Going
on.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
This movie as a horror movie
is just a different concept.
It's a different concept, but I think it's a better horror movie than Get Out. I love Get Out for what it was.
Right.
The social commentary, the whole racism thing coming into play. And then that horror element. But this is a horror movie end to end, from first a home invasion, then like a run, they're just running for their lives.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The entire phase is done so well, both of them. So an end to end horror movie, I think this movie does better for me.
Yeah, well put, man. Yeah, I can't add anything to that. So he clearly liked it. And I wouldn't want to change what he said. So that he put it really well. So yeah, trust this guy, man. I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
Definitely do give this movie a watch.
Yeah, let us
give
know
it multiple watches.
Absolutely,
as per our recommendation.
Yep. And yeah, let us know what you thought and if you agree with us. And let's do this again, man.
Let us know what you thought of the movie in the comments below.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe as usual. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching.
Yep. Let's do this, man. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Next video. Peace.